Welcome, creative minds. I'm going to be showing you how I came about this crop top with a rose in front. I made this over the weekend for some clients and I decided to share with you how to go about this and it might be of help to someone out there. If you'd like to learn this, then do well to watch this video to the end. Let's get right into the drafting and sewing. So for the rose part of this top, I used an organdy. Then for the main crop top, I used a stretchy fabric. It has stretch on one side, more stretch on one side and less stretch on the other side. So you can use any material of your choice basically. So I'm gonna head to draft a basic shoulder slope, chest line, bust point, under bust waistline in order not to make this video too long. So I'll just go ahead and highlight my neck depths. This is going to serve as a guide later on because we're not going to be needing that neck depth. So I'm just going to be highlighting my nipple to nipple measurement all the way to my waistline. So this is a crop top, so it's stopping basically on the waistline of the person. So at my bust point I went down by 1 inches, then I will going for half an inch on both sides for my dart leg. I'll be connecting to that one point I drew down from my bust point down to my waistline, just like I did. The next point, I'm just going to highlight the round bust measurement at my chest line, then I'll mark the midpoint there and I'll just connect to get my armhole curve. So I'm just also going to be imputing the round bust measurements at the bust point. Then at my waistline, I'm going to be imputing round waist measurements. So take note for this dress, because I was making use of a stretchy fabric, I minus 1 inches from the measurement that I was using. For instance, if my round bust measurement is 10 inches, I marked 9 inches. So I'm going to be using a bust dart, which I'm going to be closing bust dart, and that's the difference between the front and the back. I have 1 inches. I'm just going to mark that out there. Then I'm going to be doing an under bust tightening for this top. So I'll just mark what I have and I'll minus my under bust measurement. Then the excess, I'll just take it out like I'm doing. So after marking it up, and I had an excess of about 1.2 inches. So I'm just going to mark that out and I'll connect it again as my dart leg like I'm doing here. I'll connect it on both sides and I'm going to cut it out. So if you're not using a stretchy fabric, I won't advise for you to take out 1 inches from your measurements. So at my chest line, I went up by 1 inches. That's where the top is going to begin with. So I'm just going to connect that 1 inches all the way to the armhole like so. Then I'm going to be marking my nipple to nipple measurements and I'm going to be doing ½ inches just for tightening at that point so we don't have any gaping. So I'm just going to do that and I'm just going to connect my lines. So we won't be needing that part for making the dress, but we're going to use it as a guide. The length of the shoulder to that point our top is going to begin with, we're going to be using that as a guide to know how lengthy we are going to be cutting our strap for this top later on. So I went ahead to label my pattern, then I'm going to be cutting out. So I'll go ahead and cut out the center front like I'm doing here. Then I'll close my bust dart and I'll connect my line again because to avoid any shortage later. So I'll just go ahead and cut out, and basically that's all for the drafting of the front part. So I'm going to measure what I have from the shoulder to that point over there. That's where our top is going to begin with, just to know the length of the strap I'm going to be cutting for the front. So I have about 8 inches. You can just keep yours aside so you do not forget. So this is how it's looking like. Let's go ahead and draft the back pattern. So for the back pattern, I've gone ahead to draw out my chest line, bust point, and waistline, and also my armhole curve. So I'll just be going out by my nipple to nipple measurements all the way to the waistline where our top is going to be stopping. So I'm just going to be going out by half an inch, come down by 1 inch for my bust point, and I'll connect that half inch down to my waistline like I did. So just like we did for the front, I'm also going to be going up by 1 inches, and I'll connect it all the way to my armhole curve like so. So now I'll impute all the circumference measurements, and I'll take note of the dart, and I'll replace, don't forget, like I said, I'm minusing 1 inches from the mean measurements that I'm using because I am using a stretchy fabric. So I'll go ahead and label this my back pattern, and I'll also measure what I have from the shoulder to where our top is stopping with, which is 8 inches. That's total of 16 inches. You know, for the front I got 8 and back is 8, so that's 16 inches. So I'll go ahead and do a tightening for that point. So whatever I took out from there, I'm going to be replacing it at the other end of my dress. That's at the armhole point there. I'll just replace it like I did here. Although this wasn't really necessary, but I just went ahead to do it because I'm going to be adding a zipper to this dress. So I'm going to go ahead and close all my darts for the back because I don't want to have any darts on this dress. So I'll just go ahead and close it up. Then I'll go ahead and highlight my hemline just to have an accurate line. Then I'll go ahead and cut out. I'll also be closing the upper part as well. So I'll just go ahead and fold it a bit and I'll tape it. You can pin down. This process is actually optional. You can decide to go ahead and impute your darts if you want to. So next I just went ahead to cut out what I drafted on the pattern on the fabric. I went ahead to do that, imputing all my allowances like half inches on the sides, and on the other side 1 inches. So I went ahead to just go ahead and include my zipper allowance, which I didn't include when I was drafting, and I took out half inches to reduce zipper bulge. Then I'm going to notch where my zip is going to begin with. So the next step is for us to begin joining our pattern. I went ahead to take out my pattern paper and I aligned all my pieces together, pinning them from the hemline, and I'm going to go ahead and join this together. So after joining together, this is what it looks like. So now we're going to work on our back piece. So for the back piece, because I told you I was going to be adding a zipper to it, and that point where the zipper is supposed to stay, it's a bit stretchy. I'm just going to be adding a little bit of cloth stay on it, just 1 inches of cloth stay. So I added 1 inches of cloth stay to it, just like I did. Before I impute my zipper, I'm just going to go ahead and join the sides with 1 inches that I left. So this is what it looks like by the time I imputed my zipper. I've also gone ahead to join the sides. So now I'm going to be closing the upper part of this dress with a bias. So I'm going to be using the fabric as the bias, and I'm going to be doing this all the way around. You can use a bias for this part. It totally depends on you. You can close up with a bias. So this is what it looks like by the time I was done closing it up. You can see how beautiful our crop top is already forming. So now I'm going to mark the midpoint of where our rose is going to begin with. I've done this severally before on this channel, so I'm just going to be imputing a circle. So I didn't want it to be too visible because of the color of the fabric. I didn't want any stain, so I'm just going to be doing it lightly on the fabric. So for the rows, I went ahead to cut out. It depends on how full you want your rows to be. You can do as long as you want, but for the width I did 7. That's because it's my choice. You can do as low as 5 inches or 4 inches, depend on how long you want the rows to look. So I'm going to go ahead and join all my piece together to form just one long piece. So at the starting point where I'm going to be putting my rows, I made it curvy. Then I I'm going to be gathering it a little. So just go ahead and make a loose stitch on it to gather it. This is just going to help the beginning of our rows to look very stylish, like very flowery. So I'm going to bring my crop top and I'm just going to go ahead. So I'll just go ahead and pin it at the midpoint like so. This just to guide me when I'm stitching, and I'll go ahead and stitch it all around like I'm doing here. So let's go to our machine and let's go ahead and stitch our rows together. So I'm just going to take out all the threads there and I'll begin stitching gently. This part is a part that you should take your time and stitch. Don't rush, just go ahead and do it gently. So depends on how full you want your rows to be. You can give spacing about maybe 0.3 spacing when you are sewing, and ensure that as you're sewing, as you're turning it, you are raising the rows the other side so as not to stitch on the ones you've already sewn. So I'll just keep doing this all the way around until I'm satisfied with how close it is. Then at some point I began to give it like 0.5 inches spacing like I'm doing here. You can see that our rose is already forming beautifully. Also kindly take note that by the time you are done stitching your rows and you feel that it's not as full as you want it to be, you can go ahead and add more rows. That is, you can go ahead and maybe sew another 7 inches, join it together and attach again. You can see how beautiful our rose has already formed. So next we're going to go ahead and work on our strap. You can see how beautiful it's looking. So for the strap, I went ahead to measure this. I didn't measure 16 inches because mine was already stretchy, so it's about 1.5 inches. So I'm just going to close it up like so, and I'm going to go ahead and fix it like I'm doing here. I'll fix it inside, not outside. So this is what it looks like by the time I was done stitching. So I'll just go ahead and pin down at this point. As you are seeing, I'll pin the first one inside and I'm going to top stitch on that point I'm pinning. Then the other side, I'll go ahead and also pin it like I'm doing. So if you're not working with a stretchy fabric, kindly ensure that you measure exactly your shoulder. You can also go ahead and remeasure it to be very sure that it's coming out. You can see how beautiful our dress has already formed. I'll go ahead and also close up the down part using a bias from my fabric. So voila guys, this is what it looks like. I hope you learned something from this tutorial. I hope this tutorial was helpful. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like, share, and also subscribe if you're yet to do so. Bye.